It's Monday! Glenda, hello!
Hello, Nick. Hello, everyone. Hello, Richard.
Hello. It is a pleasure to be back this Monday morning with my good friend Glenda on sptv. We are here to start your day. Hello, what you been up to, darling?
Oh, I've had a bit of a chilled weekend. What can I say? Detox from social media. That's what I did. Just took a bit of a breather.
Sometimes it's got to be done, hasn't it?
And yourself?
Especially since you don't have to watch SPTV on social media. It has its own website too. In actual fact, YouTube is a very good one. I've been really busy. I did have a bit of a break yesterday, had some time, some family me time. So once again, taking a bit of chill time. It's always important to try and find that balance. So had a really busy week last week and spent a lot of time with your lovely self, of course.
Yeah. Yes. Thursday, we had a fantastic night, didn't we?
Absolutely. We really did. It was great. Richard just said, and I never got invited. You were the one who invited us, really,
Yes.
Lovely time with the lovely David Carson again on Thursday morning. Wonderful experience. So had that, went and did a demo in a not so local church on Thursday night, rather than my usual personal church, the church that I attend. Went to another one and did a demo there.
I watched a little bit of that.
Spoke about SPTV, of course. Wonderful group. There was between 70 and 80 people there. It was an amazing night.
Wow.
But of course, it is important to take a break and take a moment to just come back to yourself, reassess where you are, who you are, what you're doing. Always wise. But I tell you what else is always wise. Saying hello to the lovely SPTV. Don't you think? They are gorgeous.
Absolutely. And we're still having trouble with Facebook, are we, Richard?
Yes. So basically, for everyone at home, Facebook comments are not feeding through to the system that Richard uses to consolidate all of the comments from all of the various different streams, because there'll be the comments on the website, there'll be the comments on YouTube, and the comments on Facebook. The Facebook ones are not consolidating into the system. Dun. So Richard is doing his best copying and pasting, but of course you can help him out a little bit. If you have got YouTube, hop over to the YouTube channel of SPTV UK. I believe it is actually at SPTV UK. And Spiritual Psychics TV is the full name, and we'll come to that later. So yeah, Spiritual Psychics TV is on YouTube, and the comments are feeding through from YouTube. But of course, Richard will do his best to copy and paste over the comments from Facebook. But if we miss you, and if we don't see your comment, please bear with us. It's out of our control as an organization and as a group, because it is a Facebook thing. But if we do miss you and don't get to say hello because yours not one of the names that's copied and pasted, good morning. Welcome. We have got a heck of a show lined up for you. I tell you, it's going to be amazing.
He's on a roll, people. He's on a roll.
I think I've taken something this morning. I've taken a spiritual uplift.
I think it's the jacket.
Yeah. I'm having a bit of a smart. I felt like smartening myself up. You see, you gotta, go with what you feel. I mean, it could be worse. I could be wearing my kinky leather suit.
I don't mind.
I mean, I've got several dog collars. One is white and plastic. One's made of leather with silver studs on. But just like that, I can do this. There you go. And that is one lazy way of it. Richard just said it's one lazy way of taking off a jacket. But it's off now. There you go. Brighten your day by increasing white pixels on your screen.
But is it warm over there?
It is a tad warm, yes. I mean, it depends where you are in the country, because like yourself, it could,
It's
one end of your
winter.
country, it could be winter, one end could be summer. Same here. I mean, in Littleport, it can be absolutely bucketing it down with rain, and the other end, bright and sunny. So, but it is quite warm in here today, but then I am in a conservatory.
Oh, and I will be visiting Littleport.
Yes, you're coming to Littleport, 9th of September. Looking forward to it.
It's going to be so cool.
So much fun. And we will talk about that later on, of course, as part of the rundown of today's show. But for now, Debbie Ramsey. Hey, good morning to Debbie Ramsey. How you doing?
Hi, Debbie. Sandra E. Nick. Oh, look at that. Look at the laughing face.
Was it the kinky leather, or was it the stripping off? I don't know.
Sandra's loving it.
Karen White.
Kazza's in the house.
And there you go. In Scotland, it's
Dawny. Welcome, Dawny. Yes, he's a nutter. I agree, in Dawny. She knows you
Dawny.
too well.
And of course, Dawny did win one of the books from the lovely Bryony last week, and they are dispatched. So
they're on their way, Dawny.
They're on their way. Well
yes.
done. Limo di Pimo. Hello.
Hello, Beverly French. Hello, everyone. Hello, Glenda and Nick. Oh, hello.
Sarah Smith. We will be doing messages throughout the show today, so stay tuned.
Hello, Nikki Scholes.
Yeah, you got it.
Scholes.
You got it. And Myra Burgess, good morning. Hello. Good morning to you.
Hi, Margaret McKay. Morning.
Pixie Delia. Oh, I like that.
I like that. Oh, absolutely. Oh, I don't know what that one is. It is Esfajode. It's
the email address.
Hello from California.
Hello,
California. That must be like 3 a.m. in the morning. Oh,
Nolene, good morning.
Nolene Parker, hello, darling.
Morning to you. And Julie as well, good morning.
And Margaret O'Brien, hello, welcome.
And of course, Christine Davis joins us with her lovely purple flowers.
Suzanne Anderson saying hello from Scotland. Ayrshire. Ayrshire, is that how you say it?
We say sheer as in see-through material. Sheer.
Okay.
But some people Shire because they like.
Oh, that's just
like me.
And that's an Aussie Shire type of thing. I would love if everybody could post somewhere for me to visit in Scotland. For anyone that's in Scotland, post on there. Tell me a spot to visit while I'm
Ayrshire
on here.
is a beautiful place. There's a wonderful mashed potato restaurant in Edinburgh that I'll tell you about later.
and Kazza's from Scotland. Whereabouts in Scotland are you, Kazza? Let me know. We can have a coffee.
Exactly. And Jill Reynolds is in the house watching from Facebook.
Hi, Jill. Oh, my friend Kylie. You know, Kylie and I went to school together.
Oh, wow. Hi, Kylie. Good morning. And Sarah, good morning to you. And we will, of course, be doing readings throughout the show for anyone who is interested.
Now, Rebecca is on here. Hi, Rebecca.
Good morning.
Rebecca Whelan.
And sorry? And Eunice. Hi, Eunice. Because, of course, we're having issues with the Facebooky comments again, just to remind everybody. So poor old Richard is having a copy and paste. So good morning to Eunice, who is a watcher.
And Mama Brown, if she's on there.
Mama Brown has been trying to get on. She's struggling, but I think I'm
bless
still
her
bandwidth.
Oh, we have Layla. We have Layla Elizabeth. Yes. Oh, I love the green and purple.
I know, that's a nice combination. God, put my teeth back in. So there's Culzean Castle. So
Ooh,
that's in Scotland.
is it?
Yeah. So
Okay, Susan.
you're going to have to go through all the comments later on.
I am going to go
like,
through all the comments later on and write them down
and
and see what I can
extend your trip. Extend your
I
trip.
wish.
You know, you're going
I
to have to stay
wish.
with us. Ah, yes, and of course, Dumfries
Dumfries
House.
Wonderful.
Yes. I went there as
Okay.
a kid. So there you go. Lots and lots and lots, and lots to do today. Hey, my love.
Oh, Jill. Jill's from Bristol in the UK. Hi, Jill.
Good morning, Jill. Good to see you. And Joanne Kirby, good morning to you. Oh,
Loch Ness.
yes.
Yes, I am going to Loch Ness. Definitely. Loch Lomond. Few monsters. Some of Nick's friends.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Definitely. Loch Ness, you know, you can't go to Scotland and not visit the Loch Ness.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, so today, my love, we have, of course, the wonderful Kate May doing her tarot scope later on. Of course, we mentioned a bit ago, just a minute ago, that Dawny's book has been dispatched. So is the two books have now been dispatched from the lovely Bryony, and she was amazing last week to join us. And of course, very much the conversation is a mutual one led by our viewers and discussion, but we do occasionally start things off, don't we? And you know, I tend like when I do a philosophical address. I tend to look at what's going on in the world around us, and certainly in the spiritual movement, um, to guide where people might want to start the conversation. And if people lead it in a different direction, fine by me. But
Thanks, Karen.
Oh, yes. Nice place
Okay.
up near Karen. But for me this week, one thing I have noticed is our way of life, spiritualism and the spiritual community, is a beautiful environment where many different people, different ideas, different thoughts can come together in common cause, especially in the SPTV community. You know, you read the comments, there are many different viewpoints, different views, and it's always done with absolute beauty of conversation, of growth, of learning from each other, understanding from each other. But sometimes in our way of life, we can also get very set in our ways and stuck in our ways, um, and not for the purposes of, well, one thing is or isn't, but we tend to become very narrow viewed in the sense that we're not always open to experimentation. When the pioneers of spiritualism, it was all about experimentation. The whole event of whatever your opinions and thoughts on it, in America with the Fox sisters, the experimentation of the tappings and rappings to communicate with their spirit communicator in their house. It was an experiment, and certainly going out into the world in a time when in the UK we would have been prosecuted under the same law that governed witchcraft. It was always an experiment. It was about pushing boundaries, about learning new things, and understanding and accepting that we are all united in our quest for reaching out to something bigger than us. And so, you know, sometimes we exclude things, sometimes we include things, and it can be very difficult, can't it, Glenda, for someone new coming into this way of life to understand exactly what is spiritualism, but then, you know, can sometimes feel pushed away because their view doesn't necessarily align with the common herd or the standard viewpoint. And we were discussing before the show, you know, talk of tarot cards, for example. Now, I will confess, I was one of these people who believed that tarot cards were extremely ancient. They're not. That they were created in around 1400s. but they're still 400 years older than modern spiritualism's movement. So they aren't exactly a new concept. But your view, Glenda, should we be more inclusive? Are we inclusive enough? And certainly everyone at home, what do you think? What makes spiritualism spiritualism? And does it really matter so long as we're good to each other and reach out for contact? Your thoughts
Yeah.
by that?
Look, I believe so. Like I've come in to this from the back end. Okay, so I have not been involved in spiritualism, as you can say, as long as you have been with the church. You have been, that 20 odd years you've been with spiritualism, working, going to churches. I have not been going to churches because there isn't really many around here, and I don't have that. At free hand. So what I think is you should be able to do what you want to do. Who governs the rules that things have to be done this way? Same as if we looked at, okay, a medium, a developing medium. There's no certificates to say really that you're a medium. Who governs that you are a medium in a certain way? Do you know what I mean? It's like everybody is different. We are all unique. The way that we bring forward our messages, as long as we're coming from the heart, as long as we are coming from kindness, as long as we are, it's for the higher purpose, it has to come from love. But I do also understand there has to be a certain boundary, and people do need some sort of structure, some sort of training, because I have personally myself cleaned up for other people's messes, okay?
Yes.
For some of the things that have been said to people from a reader. So there has to be some belief system that we all, or a universal, how can we say, ruling system, and you cannot just say this. You can
Just do that.
to come from the right part of your heart, then to look at the end of the day, you're doing a reading for someone. You want that to be healing. You want that to be uplifting. You want it to come from the heart. You want that person to walk away uplifted and happy, than to have somebody leave in tears, dreading that their partner is looking for something bad to happen to them, or that their loved one was suffering, or that sort of thing. That is not what it's about. I'm very passionate about what you're saying, Nick, and there has to be some sort of rules, but at the end of the day, people connect differently. We are all different. We all work in ways, and that's the way it should be. If you want to connect with spirit with a pendulum, you connect with a pendulum. If you want to start with cards, you do cards. You want to do tea, do tea. It comes down to what's in here.
Amen to that.
What's in here. So that's my beliefs. I'd love to hear what other people, other people
definitely
think.
Absolutely. This is of course everyone who is watching, your opportunity to share your view, air your view. And we might not always agree entirely on the detail, but if we all have some kind of common cause or intent, and for me that is just be kind. The rules of
the integrity of somebody.
Exactly, because the one thing that I always remember my mentor said to me, we shouldn't need that many rules that sit outside the realms of common sense, courtesy, and decency. Everything else is, hanging bits on the Christmas tree. And I've always tried to govern my own self in that way. For example, I am a Christian spiritualist. I run on behalf of the congregation at least, a Christian spiritualist church, but we don't have Bible readings. We don't even have the Lord's Prayer. And I know that there are Christian spiritualist churches that use the Lord's Prayer. There are spiritualist churches that don't designate themselves as Christian spiritualists that do use the Lord's Prayer. so long as they're part of an organization that doesn't forbid that. And I don't personally have a problem with that, but I don't use the Lord's Prayer because I recognize that prayer should come from the heart. And that was just a way of telling people who struggle to pray how to pray. So it's useful and it has its place. But, just because I am a Christian spiritualist and the church that I help run is designated as a Christian spiritualist church, doesn't mean to say that it's entirely, staunch in that view. There are members of that church, I kid you not, who have roots and history in Wicca, in witchcraft, in spirituality, in modern age, even some atheistic views. You know, Spiritualism for me was about the coming together and understanding that all religions are born from the Great Spirit and they are just our effort to explain and understand them. So each different viewpoint is a different angle, a different view. And if we're trying to triangulate a location of something, three different directions pinpoint the place. So multiple views help pinpoint what spiritualism, spirituality, what God, what religion, what the universe, what the divine, whatever you want to call it. When I start my prayers, I'll sometimes say Great Spirit, Father, Mother, God. Sometimes I'll just say divine, eternal, everlasting presence or great source. I don't stick to one set thing because it should be open to all. And like you said, by becoming too restricted, we have a risk. But there does, of course, have to be some kind of designated structure of behaviors. And
that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah,
that's it.
And
that's
Spirit
it.
have been telling us this for years. We've got the comments coming in from everyone
Beverly.
at home. So we're going.
Yeah. Thank you, Beverly. I love this. It's a brand new shirt. I love it.
It is gorgeous.
Loving myself happy.
Was it coincidence that the colour ties in?
I know. Oh yes.
It was a coincidence. Well, Beverly says, yes, all from love. Always leave someone happy. We should all accept and respect one another's religion, should we not? I totally agree with you, Beverly.
Yep. Kelly's 100%. It comes down to honour, respect and integrity. Absolutely. Absolutely. Agree. Oh, and Tracy, my friend from school, she's agreeing as well. Agree. Love, integrity and values.
Yeah. Yeah.
At the end of the day, it is about your values as well.
It is. I mean, that's
what do you value?
Exactly. And I mean, at the end of the day, spiritualism for me, in the most part, is divided into three separate headings. The three pillars, I personally call them myself: mediumship, philosophy, and healing. So long as they fit in there. And the philosophy is very much about the values. Eunice, my lovely, I knew she was going to have something to say. I believe it is a personal development, and the only way to open up is be open to all. Amen. Amen.
That's it.
One of the things that, because obviously I'm a minister as well, and I often get questioned, so if you're a minister, then who's God? And I say, well, as far as I'm concerned, I know my God and the God aspect that I reach out to, but my job isn't to tell people what God is or the Great Spirit is, the divine source is. My job is to help people find their own path to it. I can't tell people what, because it is a personal relationship. I can't tell you what your relationship with your mother, your father, your cousins, your neighbors. I can't define that relationship for you. So why would I with the Great Spirit or whatever people want to call it?
Yeah. And Jill's also commented, love makes happiness and the world go around.
Absolutely. Richard
is God. That's what we hear in our ears.
He's that voice we hear of guidance and direction, and occasionally points us in the right direction. And when everyone walks into the room, they say, "Oh God," when they see him. So yeah, that is the potential there. But yeah, it's all about absolutely personal understanding of that being. You cannot define the infinite, because if you could, you would be God. And we ain't there. We're part of it. We're part of the picture, but more like bits of jigsaw puzzle. But Karen says, absolutely agree. Unfortunately, some people don't agree for whatever reason. Everyone has their own identity. Beautifully said, my love. And wonderful t-shirt with you too.
Great shirt. The two revs.
So keep your comments coming in, everyone, because we direct the conversation. And you know what? Me and Glenda, we want to give messages out from Spirit today as well. So if you give a good question, a really, really good question, you might get drawn to a reading from one of us as well, you know. So keep but also if you want messages, we need to do something that all ways of life need to do, and that's share. So get sharing. I know the comment system's a bit kafunka-boo-boo on Facebook, but get sharing. You can share on YouTube. You can share all sorts of things, but you can still share Facebook so people can see that we're here. I am just going to mute myself a second to see if it's me that's making the.
It might be my microphone. Sometimes it plays up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, at least it means I can go back to my Bluetooth headset next week. I'll try just in case it was me. But yeah, it's really, really important that people have.
Is that better?
That's lovely. I can hear your beautiful voice now. You know, okay. The wonderful tones resonating over here. But my friends at home, what are your thoughts on what spiritualism is? Because we learn from each other, don't you agree, Glenda?
Absolutely. And you know, what we might have believed in 5 years ago, we might not now. I mean, for me, I'm forever evolving. I'm forever changing, you know, the way things flow and what I believe and, you know, that sort of thing. I think you just have to be open to growing.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
That are still stuck in certain ways that I come across. You know, they're set in their ways. They're stuck in those thoughts. They're not evolving. They're not interested in what's coming along. The spirit's evolving, so why can't we, as Nick would say? So we've got to keep changing and moving and flowing and be able to take on different perspectives of things.
Absolutely. And you know, SPTV is a whole megillah of different ways of working, and that's what keeps people engaged. I'm being very careful with the phrases that I use and the terminology that I use because, you know, whilst I disagree that spiritualism and demonstrations of mediumship are not for entertainment purposes only, they are not for entertainment purposes only. There's no reason why it can't be entertaining. There are certain areas where you have to say for entertainment purposes only. But as far as my perspective, my mediumship is part of my religious practices. And I don't feel honor bound and duty bound because that term was created so that TV shows could be fake. And so from my religious perspective, it's a little bit of an affront to me to say that it is only about that, but it should be entertaining.
I'll let you explain that one.
Yeah, so the legal aspect of it is that it is an Ofcom guideline that any show that cannot be proven is for entertainment purposes only. I would, however, and this is where I get a little bit antsy about that rule, is that if you then define a religious service, so long as you mention Jesus, doesn't apply, and you don't have to follow that rule, and you don't have to say it. But that then excludes every other religion and every other way of life, and it diminishes that. And you know, whilst we have to operate within the law of the land, we are people who are able to put our views across to those that make those laws. And we should not accept things and put our voices across to those that empower, so that we can be heard and make those changes and make it so that all religions are able to be part of a religious service. So whilst the Ofcom rules state that, everything I do as an individual is part of my ministry. So I then get very, frustrated with those rules, because where is the definition of everything I do is part of my religion? I don't need to bang on about it every 5 minutes. I don't need to, say, oh, by the way, I'm religious, because that used to really wind me up. It's one of the reasons why I left mainstream religion and became a spiritualist. So, but we must, as individuals, understand that we have the power to influence those that have power, because we give them the power. Every 4 years, we decide who's going to be governing and legislating for the next 4 years. What I do know is that the Home Office has put in writing that we do not legislate on matters of conscience. Matters of conscience, therefore, fall under the remit of religion. So, when you're broadcasting, you do have to be careful. But my work is part of my religion. So where do I fall? And it can be very different, and it can be very difficult for so many different people, because life isn't a black and white story. It's a spectrum, and we all sit somewhere, and everyone should feel included. Bear in mind, I am speaking from my own personal perspective as an individual. That is my view. And if everyone who's watching has a different view, that's fine. I will fight for everyone's right to have a different view to me, because you're entitled to it. But if Eunice has just mentioned, I don't like labels, even though we do need them, and I recognise that. But I hate. Eunice thinks I am me. I know we need labels, but they often divide. All I say is, come along to SPTV and just listen. I did and love it, and totally agree with most things.
Most things.
And you can build and form a community around common understanding and some mutual agreement. Surely that has to be the best part of this way of life.
Absolutely. Look, I've always gone along, and I've always said to people, friends, listen and take in what resonates and throw away the rest. We don't have to agree 100% with everything that you hear with somebody, Just take what resonates with you. It might resonate, it might not. It might sit with you, it might not. It might be a seed planted for you to think about later on.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. And that's so long as everything kind of falls into one of those three pillars, for me, I'm happy. The mediumship, the philosophy, or the healing. So long as it covers one of those bases, for me, it's spiritualism, and therefore my spirituality that I fight for and represent. But we do live in a world of rules, and we do live in a world of legislations. Sometimes those legislations can be interpreted differently depending on your viewpoint, and that is, as Eunice says, what can lead to division. But I think that certainly the community of SPTV has evolved my way of thinking and believing, because I used to be really, really, really set in my ways, and by interacting with all of the wonderful viewers, interacting with Richard, I really have had my views evolved and grown, and I don't get so frustrated anymore. It's been a real psychological experience being part of SPTV, and it has evolved me as a person. And that's each and every view, and having that voice in my ear as well is very, very useful. He said,
Brainwashing.
he says his brainwasher. I don't think so, because, in all honesty, Richard has opened my eyes to a lot of things over the. It's a year since I've been with SPTV now. Scary that he hasn't got grey hairs. Bless his heart. But again,
but it is true. Like, I had a friend say to me, and I'm going to bring this up. How come you didn't do your own show, Glenda?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the answer. I really go where I'm guided with spirit. I listen to spirit. I
Yes.
Okay, we're going to reverse a bit. So I was offered my own show on SPTV. I decided to not host my own show because I went into chat with my people, my team and my guides, and they said to me, you have a lot to learn. There's still lots to learn. And I must admit, I was like, I was a bit nervous about going on with Nick.
Oh,
no, because it was like, do I know? I went into that. Do I know as much? Do I know enough? Am I going to be open enough? But I just have this trust that this is going to open me up more. As I am learning, I am going to develop more. I am going to meet new people. It's just about kind of trusting, okay, but opening up, but also being able to listen to someone else and go, oh yeah, I get that. No, I don't get that. Like, it's the flow of not just your opinion. So having Nick to chat with, I'm learning so much, and I know that my people, my friends, my loved ones that have jumped on have loved watching. I've learnt so much this week. Oh my gosh, I have learnt so much. Wow, the conversation just flows. So I think it was I don't even know where I started from, but what I was saying is I just lost where I was going. See that?
The reason why you didn't take your own show.
The reason why I did it is because I believed that show and blending my show and Nick's show together, the both of us can bring in two different things, two different opinions, two different learnings, two different you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Just...
And Susan Anderson says the universe knows what we need, and that's absolutely right. I came into the Monday show in exactly the same way as you did. I had a couple of goes at my own show, and then I came in to cover, and then the show was changed, and I joined with someone else to do the Monday morning show, and so I've been in that position, and I understand exactly. And the other thing for me is it's really, really, from my perspective, it's just nice to have someone to talk to. Don't get me wrong, I've always got someone up there to talk to, but they don't always get to keep me in check as quickly as you can. And I'm sure Richard's grateful to have someone to help keep me in check as well. And I just love working with you as an individual as well as a medium. And it's all about, like you said, those different wiggle your bit, darling. There you go.
That might be a bit better.
That'll be
now.
A blooper reel, won't it? But yeah, it's great to have a community and a communal view and bounce off people, which is why everyone at home, you're part of the process. We learn from you. Tracy Kent says 100%. I have learned so much, Glenda. And this is the thing. We must continue to evolve and expand our perception of what spirit is capable of. I mean, for example, hundreds of years ago, you know, to get even before spiritualism, those of a spiritual nature would take a book that would be considered sacred and point at a particular passage, and that was a message from God. We know that that's now a message from spirit, and that they help facilitate the message of whatever you perceive that godlike figure to be. But then we moved forward to turning on a radio and listening to a song, now to even getting a computer program to randomly pick things that have been created to be read out. You know, we continue to evolve the ways of working. What my guide this morning said to me, there are no new ways of working, only different ways of working that can evolve and grow with what is available to you at the time. And I think that's important, which is why organizations like SPTV and all of those, you know, who work in love and light and truth,
Yeah.
for good, really, really matter and are really essential. But I see Nolene's got a comment there. Nolene Parker says, Glenda knows some of my background in spiritualism, whereby my confidence was eroded by supposed spiritualists / friends, and how I am now trying to rebuild on what I had previously. And thankfully, she introduced me to SPTV. I enjoy each session. Bless. And that's what SPTV is about. Wow. There we go. Wiggle every time that happens, my friends. We'll get Glenda to wiggle her. Oh,
is that better?
The wonders of modern technology. Yes. So what we're going to do now, to give you all an opportunity to make your comments and direct the rest of the conversation, we're going to go off to the lovely Kate May now for her tarot scope. So in the fine honoured tradition of a Monday morning, Richard, sir, please would you kindly roll DT?
Hello everybody, welcome to your week ahead tarot readings for each zodiac sign. I'm in a hotel room in Somerset, so bear with the decor. Okay, I'm always away lately. Let's have a look, and my voice is going. Let's have a look at Aries today. Then for the week ahead, 5 of Swords, Aries. This indicates that you might have to weigh up all your options. Think about what is worth it. It's like a win-lose situation this week, Aries. You might think, okay, I've got a great job, lots of money, but I've got no time to see my friends. Is it worth it? So there's situations around you this week. Excuse me. Situations around you this week, Aries, that you're going to be weighing up, okay, and having to really think, is it worth it? Is it worth the fight? Is it worth the cause? Taurus, working hard. The results will be worth it, but this is a week to knuckle down, not to spread your eggs too much around, is that a word? But to knuckle down, pay attention to detail, put in that hard work and determination, because it's going to pay off for you. But it's a grafting week, Taurus. Finish things up. Gemini, Ace of Pentacles, new beginnings around your finances or around your home. You're going to hear some good news. Perhaps a financial offer is coming your way this week, Gemini, but news around material gain is going to be good for you. Cancer, and 9 of Cups here. It's your birthday week, Cancer, and it is a new moon in Cancer. Here we have you feeling complete, feeling satisfied, feeling quite smug how things have turned out for you, feeling quite pleased, counting your blessings this week, Cancer. Leo, you might feel a bit trapped this week, Leo. It's a time to think outside the box. Where there's a will, there's a way. Any frustrations around you might be of your own mindset, so think differently. Try not to be the victim. Virgo, trust your intuition. There is more to a situation. You might have to go a bit deeper, perhaps do some meditation. You might be looking for some spiritual or psychic advice and guidance there. Look out for symbols and signs, but something is telling you something's not right, so listen to that inner wisdom of yours. Libra, 3 is swords. Difficult time this week, Libra. There could be some challenges emotionally. There might be some tears for you. There could be some heartache or disappointment. Allow it to come in though, because the healing will take place and then the swords will release and you can start to get better. Don't block anything this week. Allow it to happen. Scorpio, the end of a difficult time. This week we'll see karmic endings. Things that might have been struggling you for quite a while. Karmic ties. And acknowledge things, accept things, but close that door, even though it's difficult. Difficult time, perhaps, of dealing with other people. Maybe you'll feel let down this week or stabbed in the back even, Scorpio. But just accept it. It is what it is. Once you can close that door, there is new light on the horizon. End of karmic times. Sagittarius, the Page of Wands. Exciting things are coming up for you, Saggies, this week. You're going to start to look at new opportunities, new perhaps career, new teaching, new training, new learning opportunities this week. Go for it. Add to what you already know. There's an excited vibe in the air for you, Saggies, of potential here. Capricorn, the Hermit, go within. This is a week of meditation, reflecting, and thinking about all your hopes and dreams, thinking about things that you've put in a little box. This is the week to get it out. This is the week for you to start thinking, what do I want to do? What do I want to, who do I want to be? So reflection is going to be important. Some time out this week is going to be important. And recognizing what you really want this week, Capricorn. Aquarius, 2 of Swords. You could be feeling a bit stuck this week, Aquarius. You might find that you've got choices and decisions. Actually, sometimes being stuck is the best way. So maybe not make a big choice or decision this week. Trust your intuition. Sometimes being stuck is the answer. You won't be able to run away from it though. A choice or decision will need to be made, but maybe not this week. You're in this dilemma this week. So just pause for a moment and allow process. And Pisces. Oh, you're in card. This is a great card, Pisces, the Page of Cups. This is everything good news coming in for you. There's going to be some happy surprises. There's going to be some good news, some lift in the air for you. And I know the last few weeks have been quite heavy on the tarot for you, Pisces, but this week it brings good news, surprise good news, creative ventures, love. The possibilities are endless on a creative and love and emotional vibration for you, Pisces. They could influence good news around a younger person as well. But if you've been waiting for something coming up, this is your week, Pisces. So have a fabulous week, everyone. If you want to see more, catch me on www.katemay.co.uk.
And we are back. And I can hear you again, my lovely. I can hear you again. So the wonders of modern technology, but we are back now. I hope you will all enjoyed the lovely Kate May. I always look forward to her messages. Please be reminded, my lovelies, share, like and subscribe. We have got people watching on Facebook who have not clicked the share button. It doesn't cost you anything. And you know, that is the important thing about SPTV. We don't charge you for your readings. And I think that we were discussing during the break that we were gonna do some of those, weren't we, darling?
Yeah. Yes, we are.
So the only way to good morning, Stace. So also Richard would like to know from everyone who's watching, what do you think of the 10:30 start? Did you know? Did you miss the beginning? So you know, obviously it's great for everyone in your neck of the woods, Glenda, because it's a little bit earlier. But what do you think starting 10:30? I mean, we're up, we might as well, you know. But what do you think, my friends, and how can we best use our space and time, the extra half an hour? But we are, of course, back discussing all things spiritual and communicating with the world of spirit and the world of the living spirit, which requires shares, does it not?
I've shared.
Good day, everyone, from Mickey. Vermouch, that is a beautiful name. I love that.
Wow. I look at the picture. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Certainly is. Certainly is. So, looks like
it's an angel. Yeah, it looks like an angel looking down. Yeah, it's a beautiful picture.
And of course, everyone. I'm losing sound again. Yeah. You want to wiggle your doobry? Wiggle your doobry. That's it. That's it.
You just have to do this side.
Yeah. Wiggle. Give it a wiggle. Give it a wiggle. So let us know in the comments, friends. What do you think about 10:30 start? We will be, of course, all the way back to 12:30 UK time, of course. Beverly French says, first time seeing Glenda for me too. Looking forward to seeing her work. Absolutely, yes. Limo says that I like the 10:30 start.
Yay!
Yay. Karen, I'm okay with it. So, I haven't seen any please don't yet, which is always a good sign. There may be there. That's fine too. But yes, so we are here on SPTV talking about what spiritualism is to you, what spirituality is to you, and of course, getting some messages out there as well. Please be reminded, everyone watching, that Facebook comments aren't going that well through the system. So Richard is copying and pasting as best as he can. We are, of course, available on YouTube as well. Comments are there. And Julie Caswell says 10:30 start is better for me. Excellent. Christine Davis didn't know it was 10:30, and I think if we tell you now, next week we'll be here at 10:30. Claire Benson's just joined. Sorry. Yes, I'm gonna say that there is a post, and I do share it every Monday, and sometimes when I'm awake the rest of the week too. There is always a notification on the Facebook page just after 10 a.m. UK time saying what the rundown of the day is. Like, for instance, today, 10:30, you've got the lovely Glenda and him brightening your day and starting your day. At 6 p.m, we've got the lovely Astaria, and at 8 p.m, we've got Minty May. I kind of like write it down quickly before we start, so I've got the rundown ready and I don't have to write that bit down. But there's always something going on with SPTV, and yeah, keep tuned. Round about 10 o'clock, just like literally seconds after, is when the first post comes, every single day.
So I've just Kaza came up on the screen, and I picked up my cards, and they want to give Kaza,
hello,
Karen, a message. Hey Kaza, are you up for a message?
She's always up for it.
She shared.
There you go.
Kaza will be up for a message, I'm sure. I haven't give Karen a message before, so I'm sure that she will be happy. Let me see look at these.
They look awesome, actually. Oh,
they're pretty cool. I know. All right, let's see what card we get, Kaza. And because maybe she might buy me coffee if we meet in Scotland. Can you see that?
Oh, yes.
Opportunity. Kaza, I'm feeling opportunity for you. I'm feeling something is going to come along, and these keys are opening a door. I'm feeling that there's something in the pipelines happening for you, whether that is your artwork. I know that you're quite creative, whether that is the opportunity of you actually selling some more artwork, or somebody contacting you to do some spiritual artwork, whether that is you moving in that direction of stepping outside your comfort zone. But I feel the keys are also showing me you buying something. Why do I get drawn to a bike, or do you have something to do with bikes? I'm not really sure. I'm kind of getting motorbikes, bikes. I'm not sure if bikes mean anything to you. But I also feel with this card, hang on a minute. There's somebody that wants to step forward and give you a bit of a kick forward is what I'm feeling. She's coming across saying it's time to take that leap forward. There's an opportunity opening up for you and you need to take it. Step away from the negative talk in your mind. You need to take the steps forward. They will get you to where you need to be. Let me see what else she's showing me. This lady's very, very funny. She's showing me hot dogs as well, and I don't know what hot dogs mean for you, Karen. I don't know if you've recently had hot dogs or if you hate hot dogs, but she's coming through with a hot dog. Are you also going to a show or going to somewhere else? She's showing you traveling or going, and it's that travel that she shows me. You're heading somewhere to see a show or see something new is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a show. I'm also being drawn to, have you changed your hair? I haven't seen your hair of late. Buying tickets to California. Oh, bless, there you go. The travel, the opportunity that's opening up. And are you going to change your hair? Because she's been bringing me to your hair and to the change of hair. I'm also being shown, we're going backwards. Have you been looking at ancestry or something to do with the family lines or ancestors, or you've been looking through something to look for names? I'm seeing names, looking at names for something. So if that's not your ancestors, is that spots that you're going to go to? Because I'm seeing names. Like me, I've been looking at places to go to because I'm seeing names. Had it cut short recently. Okay, perfectly. Let me see what else she's going to show me. Bright colours, bright colours. Who wears the bright colours? Or I'm seeing pink, I'm seeing yellow, I'm seeing bright colours. So I'm just wondering if you have worn something bright of lately, because I'm feeling like I need to put you in bright colours. I need to pull the happiness out of you. I need to remind you to be happy. You seem to go in a bit of a roller coaster. 1 minute I'm happy, next minute I'm getting pulled down. I need to remind you to be happy. I need you to stay on that peak and not come down. I'm feeling like I need to wrap my arms around you and give you the biggest hug. You're so supportive for everybody else. Bring that support in for yourself. I hope that you can take that message on, Karen. Big love for you. My babe wore bright colours. She hated me in that.
Yes. So there was a lot of confirmation there as well.
Was there? I didn't miss.
And I had to keep my mouth shut because not this Thursday, but the Thursday after, she's actually travelling down from Scotland to Littleport to see me and Tony. So, you know, it was like, okay, I'm going to keep my mouth shut quickly. So, yeah, absolutely. And a lot of confirmation there.
Perfect. Beautiful. Excellent. Okay, Richard Rowland, we're on a roll. Let's go.
Fabulous. Absolutely. Nikki Scholes says, lovely reading. Sarah Smith, I'd appreciate anything. You know, we are doing our best to get through as many people. Keep commenting, keep sharing. Because
hello, Leanne.
Hello, Leanne. Good to see you. Oh, that's a lovely dog there as well. Oh, beauty.
Oh, she'd be up for a reading if you want to chime into Leanne.
Sorry, my love. I was just.
If you're willing to give Leanne a reading, I can't read Leanne. That's
why. Oh, right. Okay. Oh, I see. And this is the thing. Absolutely.
Whoever you're drawn to.
If you keep sharing, subscribing, commenting, we can see your comments and we get drawn to you. For instance, Susan Anderson says Minty May is fab. He is a diamond geezer. I love him to bits.
Same. Me too.
And wonderful. And he may be coming down on the 9th to say hello to everybody too. That is awesome.
So excellent.
We're just rolling through the comments, and we'll read a couple just to get me to where I need. So Rebecca Reeland's still with us. Joanne Kirby's still with us. Maya Burgess. There was a comment about the tarots. The way spirit works is they will point things out to you and help you identify a particular theme or a different word. I keep coming back to Nikki Skulls, actually, because I remember. Thank you. Lovely rainbow hearts there. Nikki, if you are still with us, please let us know. That I would love to reach out to you. As I first started getting my communicator coming forward, I was instantly aware of chest pains. I know that there's a lot going on around you, and I know that there's a few people that you'd like to actually reach out to, because I can see this whole group hanging around, but this one particular person stepped forward. In connection between you and this individual, I get names sometimes. It doesn't necessarily mean it's the individual that I'm connecting with, but you would understand around you and yourself the name Tyler. I've never been given the name Tyler before from Spirit. First time for everything, but you would understand someone, you would know someone called Tyler, either here or down there. And there's a W name. I keep wanting to go to. I keep getting reminded of the program, the movie actually. A fish called Wanda. The name Wanda. So I don't know whether you would understand where either the movie or that particular name would fit in around as well. But this person who's stepping forward was someone who was easily distracted, and I'm feeling. Thank you, Nick. I'm feeling that distraction kind of overwhelm me a little bit, because I keep wanting to go off on a tangent, and I'm just saying, reel it in a little bit, and as oh wow, bless your heart, this I don't know whether I'm blending two people, because I keep jumping between male and female. But I'm also, as well as the chest, I'm getting a pain right in my back. And I don't know whether that would be somewhere around the lung, around the back, or whether it be a little bit lower to the kidney. But there's a problem, and it's really quite debilitating in connection with the person coming forward. Let me just, because I'm getting annoyed by this. Thank you. So there are there are a lot of people trying to push through, but there's this one person who gets easily distracted, really stubborn, really actually quite stubborn and forceful with their views and pushing themselves through. But because they get distracted, they used to allow other people to kind of like take over from them. And that used to really upset and hurt them, because all they wanted to do was be, thank you, my darling. This lady just wanted to be heard. That's all that ever really mattered to her. She used to get frustrated because she wasn't heard. She used to get upset because she wasn't heard. And that would, then open a window for other people to just ignore her again. But you were not like that. You listened. You were patient. You gave the time. And there's this absolute love and appreciation coming through from this lady as she steps further forward. Thank you, my darling. That she would have had various different, not that many different styles of hair in a lifetime, but I am seeing her hair as being quite short and reasonably modern. Is her words, reasonably modern for someone of her generation. She was quite. Thank you. You can take that. Bless you. Thank you. Because this is really important to her, because she wants to come through with thanks and appreciation. There's also this. Again, she takes back to that name of Tyler. So I don't know whether she's kind of like indicating that there is some resonance with what she's saying about being heard, connecting to wherever this Tyler situation is. But her frustration was always something that could be used against her. But you did not. You were and are a champion, my champion, my champion. And I've got to give that absolute gratitude. And this is where she kind of gets all a bit quiet and a bit calmer. It's like, it really did mean a lot. And she gets quite emotional with that. I have to give you, we've just passed through a little while ago. We've mentioned him as a name, but I've got to give you May in connection. And also, I don't know whether you can, 696. I don't know whether it's you know, on a sign or a door or a telephone number, but the sequence of number 696 would be around you or around her in connection. So I have to give you that. I'm not quite up to giving out 8 or 9 numbers, so I don't give telephone numbers out. But there would be a 696 that would mean something to you in a telephone number. And also, I've got to say that this love of music, she watches you get carried away to the beat, carried away to, and she's actually, oh my word, she's making me go up and down. It's going to drive Richard nuts because I keep getting out of focus. Stay still, darling. But yeah, this getting to the beat and letting it flow, and you need to do more of that. You need to do more of that. So do take her love. I hope you can identify what she's talking about with the Tyler, and certainly the 696. I'd be curious to know if you can recognize where that lies too. But do take her absolute gratitude and love. And she says, do not change. Do not change. Do not let them change you. She's getting stubborn and adamant now. And she says, everyone is here. Everyone is here. But I got there, and I got in there first, and I'm proud of myself. And you gave me that strength. So I'll say, God bless you, Nikki, and hope that was all right for you.
Oh, that's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, Nick. I've just got a couple of things just to add, because I felt that lady as well. I felt quite sick in the stomach, so I'm not really sure if towards the end she was quite sick. I also felt I needed to give you the words, my angel. So if you understand what my angel means. I also have the name Stephen with somebody in the family. She brings me to the 9. That 9 as well. The month of February and March, both of them, it's almost like we bounce straight into the other one. So you would understand what the February and the March, birthday, passing, anniversary, and the gazing into the clouds. It's almost like it's a distraction, a very big distraction. Somebody gazes out to the clouds. It's almost like, you know, when we're laying back on the grass and we're looking up at the clouds, and when we're reading the clouds or the formation. Do you see that dog up there? Do you see that? Like, we're looking at the clouds. So I'm wondering if anyone has done that of recent. But it's like it's like she just wants you to shine. She just wants the very best for you, like Nick was saying. So I hope that you can take this message on. And she's also showing me somebody that's either pregnant or having a baby, because I'm feeling like there's a pregnancy around, or someone that's just recently had a baby, because she's wanting to just kind of validate that as well. So I hope you can take that, Nikki, and God bless.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Okay.
Nikki, thank you for stepping up and into the fire. A granddaughter, it was a granddaughter that the oh, wonderful, 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 wonderful. There we go. Wonderful stuff. Excellent. Wow. So that the messages begin to, and she does that all the time.
Do that all the time. I love it.
Excellent stuff. Wow.
Roll 'em, Richard.
Roll.
We're gonna get Nick working here.
Absolutely. So roll. She is, Richard. Very demanding, you know, very demanding. Love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Roll 'em, Richard, please.
Please. So the names are now rolling. Richard. And yeah, so of course
We're just getting the Facebook.
Anyone who is on Facebook, you are not excluded from getting a message, because Richard is copying and pasting your names into the chat box for us. There's always a way around it, isn't there? It just does make a lot of work for him, bless his heart. But he's good. He's doing it for you. So he's just going through the list of names to indicate who might be next. So keep your comments coming in. Keep sharing, keep subscribing, all of the wonderful things you can do. And we'll see who Glenda is drawn to next. I do love those rainbow cards.
Okay. Okay, who have we got?
And of course, for whilst Glenda is being drawn, of course, don't forget that 6 o'clock tonight we've got the lovely Astaria, and then at 8 p.m. We've mentioned him a few times now today. The lovely Minty May will also be available tonight, doing pretty much what we're doing. You know.
Okay, let me just pick one. Here we go. Who we got? Let me see. Who are... I'll go back. We'll go back to that one you just had up. Just going random. Just means nothing. Okay, let's see.
That was the one before, yeah.
Yeah, Janelle Bingham Bauer. Okay.
Bauer, are you?
Okay, so as I kind of tune into Janelle, and just work with me here, I'm feeling a gentleman step forward. So whether that I'm going on a more of paternal, I'm feeling like this is a father or a grandfather that's stepping forward. Janelle, I'm feeling like he comes in with another one. So there's two males that have just walked on in. I see that one wears a hat, a cap. One's younger than the other one. So I'm feeling like a father, but it's almost like a father and a partner, or one's younger. Okay, so let me just see who wants to work with me. Okay, the gentleman that's stepping forward, he's just the older one is kind of coming in with a bit of head spins. He's given me a bit head spin, so I'm just wondering if that's got to do with his passing, whether he was dizzy, whether he was not himself towards the end. It's almost like the illness. It's an illness that he had. So I'm just seeing if that resonates with you. Can you understand a father or grandfather in the spirit world, Janelle? Can you just give us a yes or a no? I'm feeling that this gentleman either he did a lot of walking, or his work consisted of walking. He's just showing me that he did a lot of walking. He liked being outside. He's showing me like the bush or being out in nature. I'm feeling with him, I'm getting that metallic-y taste in my mouth as well. So whether that was a cancer or whether that was an illness, the taste is quite metallic. I'm feeling like I don't want to eat. I'm just like not hungry towards the end. I'm seeing him either in a nursing home or in a bed, because he's showing me himself laying down. Does this make sense? Are you still with us, Janelle? No answer?
If you are there, Janelle, just drop a comment just so that we know you're there. Otherwise, we tend to have to, give the theme and then move to the next person, unfortunately.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll move on to the next one then. Okay.
Do you want me to do one in case Janelle comes back?
We'll see if she's not. Okay. Oh. Okay. Who's picking, me or you, Nick?
do you want me to? Because I'm actually drawn.
I'll go for it.
Susan Anderson, if I may. Susan Anderson, are you there? Hello I love those flowers, especially the sunflowers. If I could come to you, Susan, because instantly, oh hello, I got itchy. As I link in, and as I was made aware, I was aware of someone who had a condition around the throat. It felt really lumpy, so it could have been emotional, but I do actually feel that there was something around the throat as well. And I keep getting, so I don't know whether they had allergies or something, but I keep getting a really itchy arm, and it's kind of you know how you get that itchy feeling, and then it's like, oh, I can see ants, and oh, they make me, so this person, she thank you, this person, as she comes through, she's making me aware of this itchiness that she would have had as well. And as I look to your name, there is a great deal of pride and emotion behind how I would address to you and refer to you. So I do feel this absolute sense of pride in you as a being, as an individual. I've got to say that when you open the door to a way of working with spirit, they tend to jump in with both feet. So I have to say to you that I'm aware of either around her or around you, the name of Mike, the name Graham would connect somewhere as well. And this is going to be really, really weird, but it's either a surname or a location, but something to do with box. So, box something. So Boxwell, Boxworth, something like that. So I don't know whether you can identify that. But as she steps forward more, she's very formal and very interested and very, very, I'm not comfortable in my shirt right now because it's not sitting right. So everything with her had to be very precise, and she wasn't prim and proper, I would say, but she had a certain understanding and requirement. So I hope you can all make sense of some of this, Susan. But she's wanting to come forward literally with that pride, and it's funny because I can see on your comment that drew you to me this bouquet of flowers. She's waving it around. So yes, my sister had this feeling towards the end of it. Thank you, my darling. She's got these flowers and she's waving them around, and she's not. And your dad's name was Mike. Bless you. Thank you. She's waving these flowers around, and I don't exactly think she's being entirely polite. So I don't know whether she would like bash people with a bouquet of flowers, if they annoyed her. But there's something about not being happy with these flowers as she's waving them and bashing them about, and it's almost like she's got to the point now she's waving them around, they're all flying all over the place. So I don't know whether there's a memory link where flowers got bashed about and flew all over the place as well, coming through with her. But she really just wants to remind you of that absolute respect. Your sister, as you said she was your sister, I haven't picked up on that, but I can't give it to you now. So we will call her your sister because that's who she was. But she would put people, because I'm feeling really inclined to start dictating and telling people what to do, not in a harsh way, but she did like to, let's be honest, she did like to correct people. And I'm feeling that kind of naughty mischief with her of correcting people when you're just as bad. Oh, okay. You're just as bad. I get the feeling I'm just bad too. But there is so much that you have in common, and yet you were two completely separate people. You're not sure about the flowers. Don't worry about it. If I give something, it's a memory link with her that she would be remembering of. So ask someone if there was a problem with some flowers. It might not even have been a bouquet. It could have been a display or even a garden. But I'm just seeing flowers flying everywhere with her waving this bouquet about. So don't force it. Don't push it. Don't worry about it. But she's coming through to remind you that I feel there's been a discussion recently about her being missed and her being a loss to the universe, which of course I understand and she understands, but she's reminding you that there is so much of a legacy of her. She will never be forgotten. Her work will never be forgotten. Her effort and her opinions will never be forgotten. So she's not truly lost. And besides which, she's saying, I'm sitting here and I'm ready to give people a kick if they need it from this end too. And this absolute, some people, when they pass, they get upset, they get lost, they get lonely, they get miserable, and they have to be guided through this. Now, this lady, she would handle anything. She would deal with anything. And literally, it was just like a change of job to her. She's like, right, okay, I'll take my 5-minute break, thank you very much, and then I'm straight back into it. I've got things to do, and I've got people to influence, and I'm going to make the most of this time up here. So she wants you to know that she is, even though she misses the physical, she is at peace with where she is now and what she's doing, and she is making absolute use of it, just to come back and give people a kick. And she says, it's amazing what you can learn about people as well. So I feel she's been spying. And she was all for justice for people. Bless her. Well, that legacy lives on. And she says, don't forget your part in it too. Don't forget your part in it too. So I give you all of the love. And she's just leaned over these flowers that are laying all over my conservatory floor. She's just picked up this tiny little daisy. Well, actually, it's not. It's a huge daisy.
Sunflower. She's showing me sunflowers.
It looks like a sunflower, but it's a smaller version. It's like a mini sunflower. And I know that you had your sunflowers up there as well, and I know Glenda's picked them up, but it's a smaller version of a sunflower. And it's almost like, you know, I was the big one, you're growing, and you still grow. So take all of her love, and I'll say God bless you, and hope that was all right for you, darling. Oh, no, sorry, one more thing. Sequence of numbers. I don't know whether this is a broken padlock, again, a telephone number, or some kind of sequence of numbers, but I have to give you 8734. So it's either 8734 or 8734 would be a sequence of numbers that you would be able to identify and connect somewhere. If you can and you find it, drop us a line and let us know, because working with numbers is new to me.
Sunflowers, yeah, beautiful. That's what she showed me.
Ah, bless you.
Perfect,
so I'll say God bless and hope that was all right for you, darling.
Perfect. She's just, I managed to get it on the same link as well. And she also showed me the sunflowers. She shows me either someone's been in the garden and the snails have been eating something, because she's talking about the snails. And, you know, sometimes you have to put those pellets or something in the garden. So I'm not really sure where she's showing me something in the garden, and she's also showing me snails. She also brings my awareness to hair. Something to do with hair, and also a dressing gown. So I'm not really sure what's going on with the dressing gown, or someone's got her dressing gown, but she's bringing up the dressing gown, and she's brought my awareness to whether it was her with the cancer or someone else had the cancer in the family, and also someone's having trouble with their eyes, not being able to focus properly, and maybe needing glasses, or getting their eyes tested, because my eyes become very, very blurry. And she's also talking about relationships within the family, or the friendships. There's something to do with relationships or friendships in the family. Sometimes some aren't worth pursuing. Sometimes some are worth tying the knot and moving forward. Sometimes it's just about accepting people for who they are. She's wanting to come through and acknowledge what has happened for you and what is going on for you. She was a leader when she was in her workplace. That's what I read. She had that strength that you were talking about, Nick. So she's wanting you to step into that leadership role and almost either lead someone in your family, or set an example or something like that, because she's wanting to kind of empower you. She's like, take from me what you need and move forward. So take that message with love, and I hope that makes sense. Big, big love.
Absolutely. That, Susan, your sister is a force to be reckoned with, but don't underestimate your potential too. Absolutely. The way she's coming through with gusto are both of us.
On my dressing gown, and she passed away with cancer. I need glasses. There you go. Yeah. She knows everything that's going on. Absolutely everything.
Absolutely. And of course, everyone at home needs to know what's going on too. So I think now might be a good time for some adverts. Okay. And she owned a fancy dress shop. Oh, wow, bless her. So wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Nick would have been in there every weekend.
Oh gosh, yes, I certainly would. You know, definitely. If there's the chance of getting a purple sequin dress that fits me,
a tutu for Nick, I can see him in it.
Oh yes, I did. I used to do the church services in a tutu. But that's another story for another day. So saving my blushes, Richard, would we so possibly please be able to roll VT and watch some adverts on what's coming up this week at SPTV.
My Spirit Life is a free online interactive magazine for those who have an interest in improving their spiritual lives. Authors can upload images, videos, and audio clips to their own articles. The public can place comments, rate the article, and follow the author. All articles are vetted before being published. For more information and to place your own article, please visit myspiritlife.co.uk.
MySpiritualDirectory.com is one of the fastest growing online free listing service. Our search directory offers geolocation feature, rating ability, review system, map location, customer comment, YouTube video, gallery, social media sharing, direct contact with the lister, simple online booking and payment system. It's free to register and use. It even creates your own mini web page, which you can update at any time, and yes, it's still free, no monthly or yearly fees. 100% free. Creates your own profile page. Add social media and other links. Add a mini gallery and a YouTube video. Rating, reviews and comments. Includes online booking and payments. So, if you're looking for a medium or a reader, even a church, maybe a healer, or any other spiritual service, then visit myspiritualdirectory.com.
Tonight from 6 p.m, Asteria joins us for an early evening of readings and live interaction with our viewers. Join Minty May live tonight from 8 p.m, offering tarot and mediumship readings to our viewers. Tomorrow from 6 p.m, SPTV Community Showcase offers our viewers the opportunity to have their own show, be it readings, their own thoughts and opinions, etc. Ellie Charles demonstrates her mediumship and divine inspiration from 8 p.m. tomorrow night.
And we are back. Well, Rue, absolutely. Tomorrow, showcase. Tonight, Asteria and Minty May, 6 and 8, respectively. There is a quick correction there. Obviously, on the adverts, we had Ellie Charles. She is actually taking a bit of a break to do some bits and pieces. Plus, we would ask that you send us some healing as well. So she's having a bit of a break, but do send us some healing as well. But yeah, don't forget tonight, 6 p.m, Asteria, 8 p.m, Minty May. Of course, those times are UK only. I will let people do their own translations as time, depending on where they are in the world. And of course, the showcase tomorrow. And speaking of showcases, if you are interested in having your own show and you are an up and coming medium, get in touch with Richard. There's always ways of finding space for a new presenter or host, show and concept, because you guys at home, you are wonderful and you do lead it. However, when you're at home, there is the possibility that we can be led astray. Is it not the case, Glenda?
Oh yes, we have a lot of scammers that are alive and acting and happening right now. So we need to make everybody aware of it.
Indeed. So I did make a few notes on our behalf. There is a function in all social media where you can add tags to various different things. And when people put SPTV or Spiritual Psychics TV as a tag into the page that they are operating, it can sometimes lead you, when you're searching and looking for SPTV, to them. And it happens with various different organizations and groupings as well. But specifically, there is an organization out there at the moment that is putting SPTV into the tags of their Facebook page and are not SPTV. We at SPTV, and Richard certainly is the biggest advocate of this, we do not charge for the work that we are doing right now. We do not ask for stars. That's a Facebook thing. But there are groups that will say, oh, ring this number, or get in touch on this and that and the other, and then you end up getting charged hundreds of quid per minute because it's a scam. So please, my friends, be careful. There have been incidences where the name of SPTV has been used to scam people. Richard has organised a Facebook page, an Instagram account, a TikTok account, a YouTube channel, and a website. And they are all, you know, part of the SPTV family. They all interconnect and interlock with the same links all provided. Please do not get deceived, and please do not get conned, because there are people who will take advantage of spiritual people, people who are in need, people who are suffering from grief and loss. There are those out there that will take advantage of you. It's sad but true. You need to protect yourself. So do not be deceived, friends. And there is one company, in fact, Spiritual Society. Look out for that, because they're using the SPTV tag and they are literally taking money out of your account for nothing. So watch out for that. Please be careful. Do not be deceived. Do not be deceived. Or as my boss in my other part of my life would say, by their fruits you will know them. And you don't want to be biting on that particularly sour fruit, of having your own fruits nicked. And I'm going to stop.
Basically, if someone is reaching out to you offering something, do not accept it. If you genuinely want to book a reading with a reader, you contact them. Do not be approached by anybody. If reaching out and sending you messages and join this and join that, it's a scam.
Always be careful of that. Check people out. You know, I don't know a single decent, genuine, honest medium who would have a problem with you asking about their work and asking other people about their work. You know, have you ever heard of this medium? And you will always have different views and opinions depending on how you work, but any medium who is in compassion and love and not wanting to scam you will never have a problem with being asked about, because that's how we get the word out about the work, is by talking with each other. So, you know, if you see
and word of mouth, is
absolutely
the best,
and it's cheaper too. You know, it's word of mouth is just as cheap as sharing, because it costs you nothing. Hint, hint, hint. You know, but seriously, friends, don't get scammed, don't get conned. They are monsters. Claire Benson says, hate scammers. We do too. And especially when they make use of something that is, you know, free and beautiful. You can contribute to SPTV. You don't have to, but you can contribute by becoming a VIP. But you get something in return for that. You get your own little lounge on Facebook. There's special events put on specifically for donating. So, you know, there's nothing wrong with trade. But when it becomes a non-trade where it's take, that's called scamming. Don't let it happen. Don't let it happen. Stop them.
That's it. It is messed up, Kelly. It is very messed up.
I've got that off. That's off my chest.
He's all good. He's all good now. Okay, let's do some more readings.
Let's do some more readings.
All right, roll them, Richard.
Roll them. We've got to use that. We need a graphic with that. It's time to roll them, Richard.
Oh. Okay. Oh, who's picking? I didn't even. Who's picking?
Oh, that either or, but
we can just jump on each other's link again. That's fun. Okay.
And of course, if you are watching and you haven't commented and you want a reading, comment.
Comment. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. What about Beverly?
Beverly
Okay.
French, are you still there? It's over to you.
All right. Would love a reading. Look, I'm not a big fan, and I'm not I'm not really good on love stuff, but here we go. Did she love a reading? Romance? Okay, let me see. Okay. Something's happening. Something's happening. Okay. I feel as though I've got 3 cards for Beverly. Not 1, but 3. 3. So, Beverly, I feel that you've moved on from a relationship. This is you moving forward, but I also feel that you've been working on yourself. I feel as though that this is the emotions, but you're walking away, okay? You moved on. You've been doing the healing on yourself. You've said to the universe, I'm ready. Bring it, universe. I'm ready to receive. And I feel that I'm getting the number 6. So whether it's been a nice 6 months or a nice 6 years, with some healing or a healing journey, I feel as though that there is love coming forward, because I do get two love cards. So there is something stepping forward for you, but you're so stuck in your ways, Beverly. You have to get out there. It's almost like you can't expect it to come knocking on the door. You need to get out there. You need to start meeting people. You need to start putting yourself out there. You've closed that gate and you've kept it locked. And I feel like I need to unlock that gate and say, I'm open, but you have to do a bit of the work to put yourself out there, okay? I'm feeling like but I'm hearing, but I've tried that, Glenda. I've tried this and I've tried that. Whether you've been on the dating apps or I'm seeing like you've tried something and it didn't work or it scared you off, but I'm feeling like you need to get back out there and try for a second time. You need to look at things differently. That tick, it's almost like I have a clipboard and it's like I need to tick this box, I need to tick that box, and I need to tick that box. Throw that in the bin. Don't go by a tick and flick. They have to meet everything. Just get out there and be open. There is something out there for you, and I feel it's very unexpected. It's I'm not good on love stuff either. So I do feel as though you need to put yourself out there. It's almost like I've shut the gate. That's what they're showing me. So you've done the healing. It's time to move forward. It's been many years. I need to get outside. Yeah, you do. And until you put yourself out there, Mr. Romantic ain't coming knocking on your door. You need to get out there. You need to say, I'm open. I'm open. So I hope that you're kind of feeling my vibe of I'm pushing you. Get out there, start mingling, start meeting people, go for those drinks with friends, go for those barbecues. I don't know where you're living, but I'm feeling like it's nice and warm and I'm feeling like I need to have a margarita or 2. So get out there, girlfriend.
Perfect. Brilliant. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Excellent.
Okay.
Oh.
Need to get outside. Yeah, it's very hard. It's very hard once you've been hurt. Once that trust is broken, it's very hard to put yourself back out there. So we seem to hide in the safety box, but roll 'em, Richard.
Excellent. Roll 'em, Richard. I'm ready. Bring it on. Roll 'em, Richard. Hope that was all right for you, Beverly. Good luck with it.
Yeah. Richard's given a
just
reading
having
here.
a conversation, the universe. Absolutely. So who keep commenting so that we know that you're there. Yeah, so Julie Suzanne has commented. Vito has commented. Rebecca Woodley has commented. Jill is commenting. Debbie McPherson is commenting. Tammy Burks is commenting. Rose Mahone from Dublin is commenting. Layla, because I love the combination of green and purple. I really. Layla Elizabeth Burridge, are you there? This is like Big Brother. Are you there? So Layla, are you still with us, my lovely? I am drawn to you because I've been. I'll let you in a little secret. I've been using my keyboard and they've been making letters glow. So spiritual overlay on the keyboard, and I was like, let's do some typing, shall we? This is fun. The person that I've got coming through, Layla, again, it's in my back, but it's shifted more to the middle. I've got a right pain in the back as I link in with this person, and it's almost like I'm struggling to get comfortable with this person. It's this discomfort and really feeling quite awkward. You know, the person coming through really does feel awkward in front of the camera. It's like, well, which bit do I look at myself? Do I look at Glenda? Do I look at the screen? Do I look down the camera? So this person would really quite struggle technologically with the usage and feeling comfortable with it. Would be able to deal with it, don't get me wrong, but would struggle with feeling comfortable with it. I'm also very much aware that there would have been a difficulty with speech as well. I'm feeling that you know how your mouth goes when you've had an injection, when you've had your teeth done. I can feel the side of my mouth going, and I, you know, I need to mop there as well, you know, so I can that numbness. Thank you, numbness. Why did it's all about that kind of feeling coming through, but I don't want you to worry about me. I don't want you to worry about me. Layla, if you are there, just let us know that you're still there. Otherwise I will wrap up and obviously shout out to someone who is online, but this will still be here for you to watch afterwards if you didn't see it all. But I gotta castles. There's that song. Oh, tell me, why do we build castles in the sky? It's very well known in my generation, but it's all about, you know, why do we create these mythos around things and concepts and people? Why do we build castles in the sky? Because sometimes we put things on a pedestal, and I feel that there's been an element of that with you when you should be the one on the pedestal. You do not value your own strength enough, is what this person who's coming through very briefly is saying. Please, please, please take that message. Stop putting other people on a pedestal and put yourself on a pedestal for a change. So I'll leave this person's love with you and hope that somebody can tag you and let you know that you got a few words from Spirit. And I'll say God bless and thank you for listening.
Beautiful work. All right, who else have we got? Now we need some fresh comments. Who's still left? Who's left? Who's reading?
Who's about? Who's there? Who's watching? Oh, that's very kind. Vito says you guys are so sincere. That's beautiful. Thank you. You know, we try our best. Oh, I love that referee. Vandal, that's it. Vandal, Castles in the Sky. She's just give away her age, isn't she?
You're done now, Stace.
Julie Caswell's got some flowers. Layla's daughter is due a dentist appointment. Thank you, Jill.
Yeah.
Pink Mayhem. That's a great name.
Should we give card? Let's give card. Let's give a card to Pink Mayhem.
Pink Mayhem. Are you there? That's an awesome name.
Okay, Pink Mayhem. Let's go to Alice in Wonderland. With the name like Pink Mayhem with the lollipops, you're getting Alice in Wonderland. Okay, sweetie, let's see what Alice has to say.
In actual fact, that's what my other half calls my wardrobe. Pink Mayhem.
Pink Mayhem. I bet. Okay.
Oh,
It's
hello.
always tea time. Pink Mayhem. I feel you're bored with life. I feel that you need a change. It is the same thing day in, day out, day in, day out. You're bored. You need a change. I feel like you're stagnant. You're within yourself. You're feeling stuck. You're not sure what to do. Where do I go from here? Do I change jobs? It's the same thing in, day out. I need a change. You need to go within. You need to ask yourself, what do I need to do? What steps do I need to do to make those changes? It's almost like it's repetitive. It's, what was his name that did that show? And it's almost, I wake up the first day and then the next day is the same and same and the same. Groundhog Day. Groundhog Day. It's like every day is like Groundhog Day, and you need to change it up. You need to change what you're doing. Alice in Wonderland is my favorite. Perfect. And Alice is telling you need to change up your routine, whether it's like, sometimes we go to the same gym and we're always at the same gym and it's the same people all the time. Go at a different time. It's like we need to change our own lives. We need to change what we're doing. Yes, correct. And it's almost like I'm wasting my time here. I need to channel my time there. So change things around in your life so that you're enjoying life again. So it's not stagnant. Where you're going, if you're going out, change spots. If you're going to the same restaurant, go to a different restaurant. If your friends are going on with the same boring stuff, change your friends. It's like make life exciting again for Pink Mayhem. You should replicate your name, Pink Mayhem. Be happy again. I know jobs are hard, we need to keep our jobs, but sometimes there might be a different section within your work that you could slip into. Don't put yourself down. Don't say that I can't do that. It's like you need to say, I can do that. I will try that. So do the different things that you don't usually do and your life will take a bit of a change. Yes, I will do. Yes, I've fallen into a bit of a rut. We all do. It's life. It's like, what are we having for dinner tonight? Oh, that again. Who gets to change that? We do. We get to change it. We make the changes. So, sweetheart, do it. You make the changes to make you happy. Don't worry about anyone else. Let them sit in their rut. I hope that you can take this moving forward and create a bit of happiness within yourself. Big love.
Brilliant.
Living, as my shirt would say.
Loving myself. Absolutely.
Loving myself happy.
Fabulous. Beautiful.
Okay.
And
So
Pink
true.
Mayhem says so true with a big smiley face. Absolutely. Oh, that's for everyone at home, Richard is now singing a gospel hymn, and it's actually my other half's favourite. Pink Mayhem says, thank you so much.
Oh, bless.
I
God
tell you
bless.
what, everyone at home, Richard's got a gorgeous singing voice.
No, he doesn't.
That sounded... Oh, dear.
He sounded terrible then.
That was a bit of Gollum going on. Brilliant. I can well imagine. Bless you. I hope that was all right for you, Pink Mayhem. She says, thank you so much. So I believe it will have been. Excellent stuff. So I think we can continue with the phrase, I love it. Roll 'em, Richard. I've been practicing my Australian accent for a week. Yes.
Oh, we need a love reader on
We
here.
need the love doctor.
Love doctor. There was a show.
From Little Pot, the love doctor.
No,
He's saying he needs a love doctor.
A love doctor.
wow, right, let me clear my voice and clear the palate to see if it's do you know what, that voice that Richard's doing reminds me of the green needle thing that's going around on social media. Green needle.
No, I don't understand.
I'll dig it out and send it to you. When you see the word, that's what you hear, kind of thing. It's really weird, but he sounded just like the green needle. So Julie Suzanne is still with us. Myra is still with us. Sandra, I need to come to you. Sandra Ennis, are you still there? Are you with us? I need to come to you, Sandra, because I wrote your name down about 5 minutes ago. This new thing I'm doing with the keyboard, they started typing out Sandra. So if you're still there, could you let us know so that I could work with you, Sandra Ennis, please? Thank you, darling. I have to say that as I link in with you, and I'm made aware, I'm also made aware of another name. It is a female name, I believe. Leah or Leanne or something sounding like that would connect with you as well. I'm also being made aware of a name being called out specifically from Spirit. And it's really, really weird because there aren't many names that I can think of. It's an X. It's an X. Whether that's a statement that I have to say it's an X, or so something like Xander. I know it's a shortened version of Alexander, but I've got to say it's an X. So Xander, something like that. So I have to share that out with you. But as I come forward from Spirit with this connection, I am I'm feeling really, really burning on the chest. My chest is burning. So it could be some kind of your niece is Leah. Thank you, and glad you're still with us, Sandra. So there may be some connection or a memory link involving your niece, but I'm feeling this burning in my chest. So some kind of condition that would have affected the chest area. I'm feeling very, very sicky with it. I'm feeling that acid burning in the whole chest area. So this would connect with whoever it is that's coming through from Spirit. And I do feel very heavy-hearted. I feel very heavy-hearted, and it's almost as though I'm not entirely sure that I want to come through, or whether I will be accepted coming through, as though things were either left unsaid or said that shouldn't have been said. Family disjointment. Disappointment. Thank you. Thank you for that. Sorry that it's there, but it's almost as though I am with heavy heart in the world of Spirit, because there were either things that I shouldn't have said or things that I should have said. But it's almost it's that really real. I am sorry. I am sorry. I know you can't accept that right now, or would struggle to accept that right now, but I am so I see things differently. I see a different perspective now. I see things in a different way. I am really, really sorry. And it's blown my mind. It's blown my mind is what they're saying. I get it now. I get it now. I get it now. There's something to do with Kate. But that is really the core of the message. I was wrong. I was wrong. I was wrong to say what I said or didn't say. I was wrong to be so right. That they really are stumped for words as to being able to emphasize just how much they've realized from their perspective in the world of spirit that words can be hurtful and names can be hurtful. And I, as much as I've said and unsaid, as much as I've said about the said and unsaid, I feel that it was a lot said that shouldn't have been. And this gentleman who is coming through is really, really full of not grief for the loss of the physical, but grief for the loss of opportunity to be able to say this himself. Sandra, I've got to say that there's something to do with the 3. Now, it was the word 3, not the number 3. I don't know why I have to specify. And whoever this gentleman is, he had problem with his teeth too, because they always make advantage of that now. It's something to do with the number 3. So, sorry, the word 3 rather than the number 3. So it's not a sequence of numbers or anything. It's a specific 3. So I don't know whether there was 3 people involved in this situation or what, but this gentleman is struggling to express just how much he wants to step forward and just give you a huge hug, because he knows in your heart that's all you were ever asking for, and is sorry that he can't do it in person, but has to send it through a nutcase like me. So once again, he hasn't changed that much, because he still refers to me as a nutcase. I've got no problem with that, because I can see in the spirit he's trying to lighten the subject, to make a bit of a joke. He was always worried carers were going to knock his bridge out. Oh, the teeth. Thank you. As a bridge. Bridge. I get it now. Thank you. When you're communicating with spirit, you just lose all sense of reality, physically anyway. There's a scarf. And it's light and it's thin material, kind of like a cross between a silk or a voile. I was so busy caring for him, I was allowed to be. Okay, right, got you. There's a scarf that's really important. It's either a gift or a memory link that he wants me to push forward. But there's that sorriness. But I'm going to stop banging on about that, because now is the time to move forward. You've been waiting for something. Now is the time to move. So I'll say God bless you, and hope that was all right for you, Sandra. Are you any relation to a friend of mine called John Ennis, or are you from miles away? Because it's always funny to see surnames you recognise. But if you're any relation, say hi. Not sure about the scarf. It may come, because whilst we do not fortune tell, and I'm very adamant about that, if someone's already made a purchase, they can see it. So it might even be a gift coming in the not too distant future, because if they can see that it's already been done on your behalf, they would be aware of it. It's not fortune telling, because it's already happened from their perspective. So God bless you, Sandra Ennis, and all that you do, and I know you will achieve. I'll say God bless to you, and hope that was
beautiful, Nick. Beautiful, Nick. Can I jump on as well? Just a couple of other things I picked up. I'm being brought to the lower abdominal area, also the legs, probably not being able to walk for a while. I'm feeling like the not use of my legs, but the back pain as well. So just I'm kind of wanting to reference the back pain either with you, Sandra, what's going on for you. He's also bringing my awareness to somebody that's really struggling, really sad, the depression is really kicking in, and wanting to send through the love, and just, you know, to remind everyone not to be sad, to find the happiness within life. He's wanting to kind of say, remember the plans that we had, you need to still go do them. You need to still go do them. And he's also bringing my awareness to a ticket. He's showing me a ticket or a receipt. I've just got to give it, and whatever that means to you, because I'm seeing a ticket, but it's almost like a receipt. So I'm not really sure what this is. And please don't tell me you just got a speeding ticket. But he's just shown me a ticket. So he's just brought that forward. He's also given me the name Peter. So I'm not sure if Peter means anything. A Joe or a Jolene or a Joe name. Also the 17. If you don't understand 17, it'll be the 1 and 7, which is August, that's coming up. So he's just wanting to send through love, saying take care of yourself. And it's like, I want to send through the healing. I want to send the love. I want to push through. You've got so much to look to. And I want to talk about grandkids, or you've got to look forward to the kids. It's almost like he's wanting to push you forward. So he's just sending his love through, Sandra. And I hope that you can take on all that love, and from us as well.
Indeed. Sandra's just been giving some feedback and validation in the comments. Thank you, Sandra. It's greatly appreciated. Oh, sorry, I've gone really quiet. That's unusual for me, isn't it? So Sandra's just been giving some feedback in the comments there. Thank you so much for that. It really, really does help us, you know, with the proof of survival, which is what it's all about and what we're here for.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, time has caught up with us, Glenda.
Oh.
I
At least we
know.
got some readings in.
I know. We've kind of made up for previous weeks, and I know we're going to continue to do that.
Yeah.
From wall to wall, from start to finish, dropping them in left, right, and centre. But it's been an absolute pleasure to work with you again today, Glenda. It really, really has. Thank you so much for putting up with me and working this. And of course, Richard, thank you for fighting the good fight behind the scenes. You know, copying and pasting so people could get a Facebook out. It's just, you're an amazing man, young man. So thank you. And to all of you at home, thank you.
Oh, happy birthday, Carrie Ann.
Carrie Ann Marshall Kearns, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Ta-da. Yeah, that is true. Nobody ever knows the rest of that song. And no. I said, I'm gonna have to go and watch it, listen to it now. You know, that's what I'm gonna do.
Dawny loved the extended length. Woohoo!
Don't we all? Dawn, we are so happy that you're enjoying the new time, from 10:30 to 12:30. And we will continue to extend the show to that time period. Thank you. Thank you, Dawn, for the positive feedback.
Richard is not quick enough on that button.
And of course, throughout your week, remember the message from Glenda right behind. Just relax and enjoy your week, and remember where you are. It could have been so much worse, I'm sure. And Stace, I'm not going to disagree with you. It's certainly true that we are able to achieve much more on our Mondays with an extra 30 minutes of that.
I get to laugh more. I get more laughing time at you, Nick.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you can't help but wonder at the world of spirit, how much fun they can have, because they don't have a time window. They just do what they want when they want. So to be able to spend an extra 30 minutes with you is amazing. And so
Same.
don't forget, give it a wiggle because it was. Oh no, it's fine. It's gone now. We did so well. We did so well. Sandra Ennis, you will not know how much I needed that. Thank you both. That is what SPTV is here for. So we are greatly glad that we can be of service. And that
Absolutely.
really. So certainly from me, I'm going to say, hope you've had a wonderful day and God bless you all. Glenda, what are you up to this week?
Readings and other stuff. Other stuff that takes my mind other places. So yes, other stuff. But looking forward to bed. Wiggles and extended length. Tawny said.
I think that in my lunch break before Circle today, that I'm going to be writing a formal letter of apology at the instruction of Richard for all of my naughtiness today. But thank you all so much for being here and enjoying and sharing this day. Please, whatever you do, do it with love, with kindness, with strength and with gusto. And from all of us here, a big thank you to everyone at home. Thank you to Richard, as always. Thank you to Glenda for putting up with me. God bless. May the peace of the Great Spirit go with you all. And have a wonderful, wonderful day. But from all of us here, be good and God bless.
Bye.